What's going on, guys? I think it's day 106. Let's go over what we're seeing on market open. So we had some draws to the downside here. This is the 4 hour. We were looking bullish on the 4 hour. 1 hour had broken structure and inverse this gap, this 1 hour gap here on ES at pre-market. And on NQ, we actually broke structure down to the downside on the 1 hour. So we had this SMT at the highs, and right here. All right. There's also a higher time frame SMT above these highs. So it's these highs right here. Wait, let me see. Thursday, 6 o'clock. Yeah, it was these highs before they had reached. And so we were on this candle. This candle was still forming, and we were well below these highs. Multiple SMTs at the highs. We had broken structure on the hourly, and we had some draws down here that could have been taken. Now we saw this hourly low get swept, and price pretty much just boomed up. So what I was wanting to see upon market open for a trade to play out, there's two different scenarios. Now, they didn't play out at all how I imagined it, but seeing price respect this 15-minute value gap was simply a range that I would want to take a trade out of, to find an entry out of. You can see right here, this is 9:30 and then this is 9:45. This is the 9:30 candle on NQ. So we ended up making another SMT, valuing this one, but we made another SMT at this London high, and we were still below right here, making this SMT. Now, it didn't play out, of course, but this was the trade idea and setup that I was looking for. The trade down to these lows, and so we are sweeping these highs on NQ. ES was well below, respecting this 15-minute, and we didn't end up finding an entry within here. Just chopped, and then just boomed. Now, once this gap got inversed, and this high got taken on ES, it was pretty much chopped. These draws were not getting taken, and so if anything, I was looking to the upside for these draws to get taken, and these draws, but clearly ES beat NQ to it. So I wanted to see out of this, we inverse the 15-minute and we moved higher, right? I wanted to see an equilibrium retracement, and clear enough, we did not get that within here. It was already 10:10, 10:30. That price that came down, breaking structure again on 5-minute. Looks like it swept up these 5-minute lows and moved higher. This was at 11 o'clock, 10:55. So I was already got off after I saw this little retracement tapping into this 5-minute gap at 10 o'clock. And it started moving higher around 10:30 here. Ended up getting off because I was going to protect my sanity, my capital, and live another day to see a higher probable setup present. So my draws and liquidity for the day for longs realistically was here, was London high, and then I guess Asia high up here, and then London high on NQ. But those draws I got taken out, and it was very unlikely to me in my head that price was going to move higher to these highs, which they clearly did. But that's all right. I didn't see even a setup present on the lower time frame today. I could have gone with longs or shorts, and I was leaning more towards shorts because they just looked that appeared to be what was happening coming into market open. Seeing that this 1 hour got inversed, seeing that the hourly got broke structure on AQ, as well as inversing the gap, leading me to believe that price wanted to move lower to these lows, and then if these lows got swept, there is no draws on liquidity until all the way down here. So we didn't sweep these lows. We just took this low and just pumped and wasn't able to find a retracement within here whatsoever. If we had gotten an equilibrium retracement within here, that would have been, usable and possibly would have found a trade, but we didn't come down that far and ultimately didn't find a trade. Even though we took out these draws, it was either we found a retracement within that, tried to trade to these highs, or see price reverse off of sweeping these highs. And we didn't see any of it. We didn't see anything, nothing to be used, nothing to be found. And I took that opportunity and just had my hands up, let market play out, not take a trade. And sometimes, I think I say this all the time actually, you see market pump. And what I used to do is when I saw market pump and there was not a setup to be found, I would rationalize my emotions, the emotion of fear of missing out because I'm seeing the market pump. I would rationalize a setup that was not actually there, in turn taking a bad trade, and in turn not letting my probability show, not letting my edge show, and it was just a gambling trade at that point. So I have now come to the realization that your strategy should be showing you to enter or not. And if you simply just follow that your strategy presents, the strategy that you have planned out, that you have marked out, that you have back tested, that you have ingrained in your mind, you know it like the back of your hand, you should be using that every single day. And that is the blueprint, the rules that you should follow to protect you from days like this, where you might have not found your strategy, where you're in this gray zone of low probability because it is not aligned with your strategy, what you know. Someone could have very well found a trade out of this if it was aligned with their strategy. Now, but that is why you have your strategy, your rules, and all those things to follow to keep you in line, to guide you to the actions, the executions, and the performance that you lay out on the chart. And so on that basis, I've been thinking that way, that the way I need to perform is the same every day. I come in with the same mind every day, same expectation every day, and perform the same way every day. Now, days like this, I didn't get a chance to perform. My performance today was control, was discipline, was patience. And that was my performance today. Yesterday, my performance was I found my strategy. I acted on it. I did everything that I was supposed to within my rules and within my strategy. And ultimately, I lost. And that is out of my control. But I performed on my highest level and within my strategy and within my rules. So it is up to the market whether it wants to play out in my direction or not. But all in all, it is the market that decides whether you are going to get the outcome and the right side of probability for your strategy, for your rules. As long as you follow them on a daily basis, you are inputting the same percentage or probability into the market, putting in your edge every single day. And if you consistently do that, the market will favor your probability over a long period of time to then able to gain capital, become profitable, get the payout, get funded, all of it. So despite all of it, I just, I hope you could take away something from this, and change the mindset of being money hungry, being on like, how can I say this? Like, you want it so bad. Yes, we all want it so bad, but in due time it'll come, and you need to sit there. Realistically, you need to sit there and be patient. And I'm not just talking about with the charts. I'm talking about within your journey and within your life, that you need to wait for your turn. You have to wait for the universe, the market, God, to give it to you. As long as you are putting in those daily actions, it will continuously build up to the result that you seek and desire. But you have to be patient, and you have to wait for it. And that is the hardest part. And people continuously think, I need to do more. I need to work harder. Within this game of trading, it doesn't work that way. There is no amount of work that you could do and put into trading to make you better, to make you more profitable. All you can do is give the same consistent actions, realize whether you made a mistake that day or not, and change it and fix it. Whether there's a hole in your strategy and you need to realize it and you need to fix it. The endless back testing, the endless studying on YouTube, watching videos, there is a diminishing return over time on that. I experienced that firsthand. I would back test relentlessly every single day, 3 to 4 hours, and it was only fucking up my strategy. It was only fucking up my mental and my psychology, to where I would be just entering trades that didn't even align, that didn't make sense, that were just terrible. And I would continuously do that, and I kept telling myself, okay, I need to backtest more the next day. And I was keep thinking that I need to put in more work and more effort. Now I sit here, and ever since I stopped backtesting, I have been able to be calmer, clearer, and more in control of my actions and my decisions. I've been more I've been more observant of finding my strategy, being able to identify it. It's just been better. It's been clear, and it's just been simple. And when you go into backtesting hours and hours a day, yeah, that's good in the beginning to understand the chart, to understand your strategy, and some people use it for confidence. And that was what I was telling myself at the end of it, that I just wanted to gain confidence out of it. But it's a double-edged sword, because yes, you could gain confidence out of it, and then you could just be literally fucking up your psychology, fucking up your mental by taking some stupid trades on backtesting, and then in turn it carries over to your live trading. So I think what backtesting is best used for is to understand your strategy. And if you don't have one, and you don't understand it, and you don't have clear-cut, written down rules and regulations that you need to follow on a daily basis, that is when you start backtesting, is when you start to figure out what works for you. That will be the fast track to understanding your strategy. And that's the first part. And that was very hard for me to understand for a good year. This whole year that I've been trading, I didn't stop backtesting a single day. I would backtest every single day, whether it was 30 minutes to an hour to 3 hours. I would backtest every single day, and it was doing nothing but holding me back. Because in this game of trading, the amount of work that you put in diminishes over time. And really the only thing that you need to be doing is protecting your sanity, protecting your mindset, your psychology, and your peace. And once you are in control of that, it will reflect on the charts, and you will be calm, you'll be cool, and you'll be collected. And you will be able to present your strategy. You will be able to act act on it, execute on it, and perform at your best possible ability. When you are calm, cool, and collected, and you are not in that fight or flight mode of, I need to make money today, that I need to win this trade to prove something to myself, to prove something that this was not all of a waste of time. That is the mindset I had for so long, and it was just holding me back. But once you start to understand and it starts to click for you that you need nothing, that you don't need anything from the chart, that is the mindset that is going to farther you than I need to do more, that I need this now, that I need to win this trade to make me feel better. The market doesn't give a shit how you're going to feel after a trade. Is not going to give you the result that you seek so much for and that you desire. Simply to put into words, in the simplest words, in the simplest form, is you need to let the market do what it wants. And there's no amount of work or time that you could put in to change that. The market is going to do what it wants every single day, regardless of how much work you put in, how much time you put in. I think the thing that really clicked for me was to stop worrying so much, that I have everything I need right now, that I live a great life. But does that mean that I don't want more out of this life? Does that mean I'm comfortable and, I'm going to stop trading? Absolutely not. I trade because I like to, because I love to, and this is what I enjoy doing. I make these videos because I'm passionate about helping others. I'm passionate about spreading that information to people who might not be so insightful. I want to help people through the struggles and show them that they're not alone, that they are going through the same thing that I have been through. And through all these videos, it is just a constant, like, gradual increase of mentality, of psychology, of betterment. And I've noticed that through watching my videos, even for myself to look back at. And I hope that people could watch these and see that you are not alone. You are not the only person that is going through this process. That hopefully I could help you and fast track your way forward. Most of the stuff I'm saying is a free content on YouTube. The stuff that I'm giving out is free content on YouTube. Every single thought, every single word has already been said from multiple people down the lines of generations. And it's nothing original, but I hope it's insightful. I hope that somebody sees this and they hadn't heard it before, and that would be great, because that could only spread more and more people to help more and more people. That is my goal with these videos, to show that through all of it, I have evolved, that through all of it, you are not alone, and that to show that it is possible through hard work on yourself. And that is simply what trading is here for. And what it is meant to do is to make you into a better human, a better person, and to become your true evolved self, the self that you envision on a daily basis. The life that you envision, you have to go through the process to come out the end of the tunnel of the life that you envision, because within that life, that person is not the person you are today. And by starting to understand these principles and these rules, you will become the person that you envision over time without even realizing it. And slowly, looking back at these videos, I change into a better person every single day. I constantly change my psychology, my outlook on life, on the charts, on people, all of it. If you are not constantly evolving and changing as a human, you will forever be stuck. Keep that in mind. I hope these videos are helping you. or in some way you can get some type of information, education out of it, maybe some inspiration. Because I'm doing this not only for myself, but for the people out there, to help them, to fast track them, all for free. That being said, guys, no trade today. Wasn't within my strategy. Didn't see it present. Ain't going to be bothered by it. Oh, you missed out on so much money. Okay. How am I gonna how would this make any sense if I entered anywhere on this? It doesn't. Think of a longevity mindset, long scale, because you can't just make a fortune off one trade. It's going to be a fortune off multiple trades over a long period of time, and you have guaranteed losses over that time. That's why you have rules. That's why you have risk. That's why you have stop losses to protect you. This game is all about defense. All about defense. Protect your capital. Protect your peace. Protect your energy. That being said, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.